Hi everyone, this is the Zenviate, which we announced back in December of 2018. It's called that because it's a 1973 Nissan 240Z. And then we're going to be merging the suspension, uprights, brakes, wheels, and whatnot from the Zenviate program, which I've just knocked up the wheels here in their fully compressed position to show you how big they really are on a normal street car. So I'll just do a quick 5-minute walk around explaining what we're going to do, and there'll be some examples of the Zenviate suspension spliced in. This is going to be a long-term project. We're hoping to have it on track before snow flies here in Michigan. So it's going to be a lot of work. First up, I know I've showed you guys this before, but these are the carbon rotors and pads that RPS makes. And this is going to be RPS's shop car to demonstrate the wildness that they are. Collectively, they have a lot of experience in performance Nissan. Rob Smith, the owner, and his son RJ. Rob Smith was involved in the old factory GTP. I don't know if GTP is accurate, but the old factory Nissan days, back in the fun times. So these are a 380 millimeter carbon disc, quite thick. Can't remember the millimeter, but they're about 1.5 inches thick. The pads are also quite thick. The whole package weighs about 10 pounds, so it's pretty nuts. Here is the upright made by Palatov Motorsport. We use these on the Zenviate program. Consequently, we have everything fixtured for a complete bolt-up solution once we get the chassis integrated. Obviously, you can see that the wheel arch, factory wheel arch, is where the thing's gonna have to start. So we'll have to figure that out. It's gonna be a pretty aggressive arch on the door. Might even have to make new doors. So, and then the front wheel here, it's pretty much gonna be above hood level. So it's gonna be pretty sweet. So next is, how the heck are we going to do an Zenviate chassis inside this? Well, the answer is, there's a lot of room. Every time attack rule set that we've checked with mandates that the shock towers must remain in place. They said nothing about utilizing them. So at this point, we're going to mock up the front and rear suspension boxes from the Zenviate program, pictured here. Essentially build them inside the Zenviate fixtures, get the suspension points perfectly placed, and connect the wheels, uprights, brakes, steering rack, as you can see as well. That's going to carry over, and more or less set it in place. Center it between the axles here, between the wheels, front and rear, and from there, connect the roll cage. So it's going to be a tube chassis car for the most part, still utilizing the factory unibody as little as possible, as little as the rules will allow. Here's a quick demonstration of the suspension in action on the Zenviate. This will obviously carry over to the Nissan. So step one is going to be building the control arms, which we've got everything for except for time with Pikes Peak going on. I'm actually out helping the Palatov guys with their Pikes Peak project this year. So starting in July is when we'll really get cranking on the Zenviate. Excited to get going on it. It's a new project. It's going to be cool. We've gotten relatively okay on everything so far. There's still a few stipulations that we have to clarify before we start cutting, so we do have time. The engine is going to be a Nissan KA24 iron block. Rob and RJ seem to have some pretty solid information that it's going to be a stout package compared to the weight. It's going to be, 4 digits, 1,000 horsepower. That's what they're going for. As far as Aero, we're going to be using everything Zenviate. Here's a front wing on the Civic Beastie hatch. Basically, the Zenviate's going to get this in the front. It's not quite an Zenviate diffuser, but that's what's on the Civic. And then Zenviate will be getting a big twin element, maybe triple element wing pictured here. So it's going to be pretty revolutionary, provided we get clearance on rules and all of that. So yeah, that wraps up this quick little introduction. Still a lot of stuff to figure out as far as planning and actual building of the car. So there'll be probably weekly episodes on this project once we get rolling on it. So until next time, it's gonna be a pretty bad little Nissan.